Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to 2 newspapers, posted on the bulletin board of City Hall, and on the doors of the 3 schools as required in the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, and as amended by PL 2020, Chapter 11. Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a motion to approve the minutes from our regular meeting, November 20th, our executive meeting, November 20th, as well as our special meeting on December 21st, as well as our reorganization meeting on January 4th. I heard a motion.
Motion.
Second, Samuelson.
Thank you. Any questions? A roll call, please.
Mrs. Tomasello? Here. Dr. Myers?
Here.
Mr. Conover?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Dr. Dalton? Here. Mr. Wagner?
Here.
Mrs. Samuelson?
Here.
I'm sorry, we need a yes or no vote, or we already took attendance in executive. The roll call is for the vote to approve the minutes, so I need a yes or a no.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Tomasello?
Yes.
Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Dr. Dalton?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mrs. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Endicott?
Yes, thank you. Motion approved. Moving on to school and community, we have no correspondence. Committees did not meet this month due to reorganization, so there's no committee report. Dr. Dalton, is there anything you'd like to report for our excuse me, for Foundation, no, for Foundation for Education?
I am new to that,
Mm-hmm.
and the first meeting will be on 129.
Okay,
So
thank you. City Council liaison reports. I can let you know that City Council will be recognizing School Board Members Month in January at their January 25th meeting. So I can report on that. And now we'll move on to Superintendent's presentation. Mr. Gobick.
Yes, before we begin with the presentations, I'd just like to extend a very sincere thank you to the staff, the parents that I've interacted with, and especially our administrative team for what has been a very smooth transition to our work together here in Summers Point. We've got a very committed administrative team, willing to do whatever it takes, whenever it takes, and wherever it takes, and I really appreciate that. And we've got a professional staff that loves kids. There's absolutely no question about it. They'll do anything they can to help these kids, and they are, in fact, doing anything they can. So thank you very much. None of that happens without good tech support. We've got a new tech director, Frank Bellata, sitting back there, has been drinking from a fire hose and doing a wonderful job. I didn't mention that we have a number of administrators in new roles, Mrs. Wagner, Amanda Winslow, and Dr. Vanello, as a result of what's on the agenda tonight. Thank you, and best wishes to you in your new positions. I'm looking forward to committee work with the board. I've enjoyed meeting with Mayor Tapp, Mr. Haberkorn, and Mr. Roth, looking at some ways that the school district and the town can work together, sharing resources. Our weather is presenting unique challenges. As I sit here now, my phone is blowing up with the other superintendents, wondering what will happen with school tomorrow. We will try to make the safest choice we can, and I'll try to let you know as soon as I possibly can. Other than that, Let's begin with the presentations. First, we have Governor's Teachers of the Year, Mrs. Crystal Tardif from Jordan Road. And Principal Pugliese, would you please come up and join me?
Hello? Oh, good evening, everybody. It's so good to be here with you tonight as we recognize our Educators of the Year. If you don't know, Mrs. Tardif is one of our 8th grade team members. She's our 8th grade math teacher. She's our algebra teacher. She's very committed and dedicated to her students, both during school, after school, and in the summertime. She worked very hard this summer to do an algebra preparation program in the summer. She stays after to provide extra help, even to do detention duty with us. So she's very committed, and she's been an absolute pleasure to work with. I thank you very much for everything you do for our students in school. Let's hear it for Mrs. Tardif. Congratulations. I want you to stay right over here. We're going to take a picture. Okay, when we get everybody up here. Okay.
And the Educational Services Provider for Jordan Road School, Mrs. Jackie Wooten. There's a lot of people behind our excellent teachers, supporting them all along the way, doing whatever they need to help run these buildings effectively, to be the face of the school, to set a child who starts to come to an office at the beginning of a day upset, take care of them. These folks juggle a lot of plates in the air all at the same time. We really appreciate you.
So Jackie is a former Teacher of the Year, and now she's become an Educational Support Professional of the Year. She is the lead person on our MTSS team, our multi-tiered system of supports. So she is our building's main coordinator for the intervention programs that happen here at Jordan Road, and she is an absolute valuable member of our leadership team. She's one of the main reasons that if I've had any success at all in my year and a half here, it's because of the people I've been fortunate to work with, and especially Jackie. I cannot thank her enough. Congratulations.
Dr. Vanello, would you please come and join me? The Dawes Avenue Teacher of the Year, Ms. Deanna Haas. Everybody can talk about people in their lives that made a difference. How many of you can remember a teacher that made a difference in your life? How many of you can remember how to factor an equation in mathematics? But it's what teachers do for us, for our own self-confidence, for our ability to motivate ourselves, to be open to learning, that make a difference. And this teacher epitomizes that. Thank you.
Mrs. Haas is not only one of our students' favorites, she's also a fan favorite of our staff. She will help any colleague that needs it. She comes up with ideas, she brainstorms, and she's dedicated to not only just our students, but our whole school community. So we're looking forward to one of her big projects that she works on with Ms. D'Estachio, and that's our STEAM night. It's a plug. February 29th on LEAP night, so plan on coming out to that, and there'll be more information coming, but that's just one of the many things that makes Mrs. Haas so great. So congratulations.
And the Dawes ESP of the Year, Mrs. Laura Trapani. Working in an elementary school, especially with those wee little ones, you never know what you're going to get hit with. but you're always willing to help. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Trapani is one of the integral pieces of our child study team, and not only is she an integral part of that team, she's part of our day-to-day team at Dawes. We would be lost without her for the services she provides to not only our students, but those that she provides to our parents as well. So, Mrs. Trapani, we are so lucky to have you, and I'm very lucky to have you on my team as well. So thank you.
Everybody get a nice picture, please. Sure, go ahead. Thank you again and congratulations. Dr. Vanello, would you please join me for the Students of the Month Awards for Dawes Avenue School? And Mrs. Wagner, thank you. We're switching hats here.
Good evening. We're going to start with our kindergarten student of the month for the month of November. That student is Sky Bogner. Her teacher, Mrs. Schaefer, couldn't be here, but she did write some words for us to share. Sky was chosen for Student of the Month for her hard work ethic and her kind heart. She's everyone's friend in the classroom, and she's kind to her teachers and peers. During centers, Sky works really hard. She doesn't give up and completes her work diligently. Keep up the great work, Sky. We're so proud of you.
Next up for November, first grade, we have Axel Diaz from Mrs. Esposito's classroom. Mrs. Esposito said that Axel was chosen as the Student of the Month for November for so many reasons. He comes into the classroom each day happy and beaming with a smile. He's always kind. He's always kind to everyone in the classroom. He's such a good friend. He works hard and completes all of his assignments, and he's always trying. Alex, Mrs. Esposito, said, "Congratulations for being Student of the Month for November," and she feels so lucky to have you in her class. Go stand next to her, okay?
All right, we are going to announce our second grade student of the month. Our second grade student of the month for the month of November is Chris Jacobson. Congratulations, Chris. I believe Chris's teacher is here. Second grade teacher for Chris.
I can tell you a little bit about Chris. Chris is always waiting with me at the end of the day for getting the bus home. So I get to see Chris at the end of the day. He always bops down, happy. He has all of his things ready to go. And in the morning when he comes in, he is always beaming with a smile. Chris brings happiness wherever he goes. He's bouncing along the way usually. And we just love having him in our building, so we're really lucky. So thank you.
Our third grade student of the month for the month of November is Trinity Rice. All right, Mrs. Faber has some words to share about Trinity.
This was an easy decision. Trinity is an incredible student.
Trinity is an incredible student, an incredible person. She puts all of her effort into everything she does. She's a great friend to everyone in the class. She participates, she has responsibility. She's just amazing. Great job, Trinity. Congratulations.
So we're moving into December. So our December kindergarten student of the month is Ivana Gonzalez. Is Ivana here? Yep. And Ms. Lick is going to talk about Ivana.
All right. Ivana is our kindergarten student of the month for the month of December. Ivana comes to school every day dressed as cute as can be with the most infectious smile. Every time I look at her, I can't help but to feel happiness. In our classroom, she is eager to learn, she follows all directions, and always works to the best of her ability. But the most important thing about Ivana is that she has the kindest heart. She is the first to congratulate another student for their accomplishments, the first to offer a hug or smile when someone is feeling sad, and she always works to include any student who is feeling left out. Ivana, we are so, so proud of you, and we hope you continue to smile and be kind.
Our first grade student of the month is Julissa, and we have something from Ms. Esposito. Is Julissa here? Okay, there she is. Ms. Esposito said that Julissa was chosen for December because she always comes into the classroom happy and with a story to share each morning with Mrs. Esposito. She's helpful and kind to everyone in class. She works hard in both ELA and math, and this trimester she was invited to attend our Hot Math Intervention Group. Julissa, congratulations for being Mrs. Esposito's Student of the Month. She is proud of you and so happy to have you in her classroom. Next up is second grade Lydiana. And Mr. Taylor is here.
It is truly, I'm sorry. It is truly our pleasure to present our Student of the Month, Lydiana. December is such a difficult month to earn such an honor. During that time of year, excitement is in the air, and it can be too much at times for a lot of second graders. Not Lydiana. She continued always to try her best and work hard. However, it's her joyful personality that makes her an awesome pick for Student of the Month. Joy is a great way to describe her, since she seeks joy in everything she does. When she gets the right answer, she shows joy. When she completes her work, she shows joy. When she helps her classmates, she shows joy. She continues to show that joy each day in school. So it brings us joy to make her Student of the Month for a jovial month of December.
And our third grade Student of the Month is Jackson Innes. And Mr. Smith is here for Jackson.
Okay. So Jackson checks a lot of the boxes that we've heard about, a lot of the students tonight. Academically, does a great job, works hard, showing great growth. But what makes Jackson unique in my classroom is he's a little bit of a Swiss Army knife when it comes to like being able to work with other students. At times, you can have personalities that don't gel or don't get along. You have to be mindful. But I could literally put him with anyone in our class, and he'd be willing to work with them and get along. When he comes in the morning, it's like the sun comes out when we open the door because he's just so happy and ready to work, no matter whether it's raining, cloudy, freezing cold. And it really, he fits that idea of a model student in terms of showing the kids in my room how to be positive, how to be kind, how to share.
We have a marble jar in our classroom. Anytime we catch someone doing something kind without showing off, they get to put a marble in. And I would wager that Jackson has a good chunk of marbles that he was able to put in because of his positivity. So I want to congratulate him because he really sets a great tone in my classroom. So congratulations, Jackson.
Time for Jordan Rhodes, Students of the Month.
All right, hello again, everybody. I'm afraid not all of our students are here tonight, but we're going to start with our November students. And I did not see Isabel Ruiz. Are you here? All right, Isabel is our 8th grade Student of the Month for November. Let's hear it for her, please. Our 7th grade Student of the Month for November is Tiana Haven Henry, who is here. Come on down. Congratulations. All right. So Ty is a kind student who works extremely hard to do well in school. She always has a bright, sunny attitude and brings a positive attitude to the classroom daily. She is a very well-deserved Student of the Month, and that's from the 7th grade team. Congratulations. Our 6th grade Student of the Month for November is Carla Perez. I did not see her. Carla, are you here? Let's hear it for Carla, shall we? And our 5th grade Student of the Month, who we did expect, but I did not see yet, is Valentina Hoban. Valentina, are you here? All right. Let's hear it for Valentina. And my 4th grade Student of the Month for November missed our pizza party last month, but she did come to the December Student of the Month pizza party today. She told me she couldn't make it. I don't see Ivana Ramos-Serena, no? Let's hear it for her, though, please. So we're not doing as well as the elementary school did. Our 8th grade Student of the Month for December was Eddie Sanchez. Eddie said he was going to be here at the pizza party, but I don't see Eddie. Eddie, are you here? All right, so Eddie is both our 8th grade December Student of the Month and our Health and Wellness Student of the Trimester. So let's hear it for Eddie. 7th grade Student of the Month for December is Andres Correa. He told me he might not make it either. He was at the pizza party today. Andres, you're not hiding back there, right? Okay. But our 6th grade Student of the Month, Auden Bailey, is here. Let's hear it for her. Congratulations. Auden is an outstanding person and student. She is always attentive and thoughtful in her actions and work. She brings an awesome attitude and work ethic to the classroom every day. It is the 6th grade team's pleasure to have her represented as December's Student of the Month. Now, Auden is also our Artist of the Trimester. So let's hear it for Auden. We got another certificate for her. Our 5th grade Student of the Month is here as well, and that's Jalila Abdul Karim. Congratulations. So Jalila has a nice little blurb, but I got to add here, because Jalila, I had lunch duty with her all of last year in 4th grade. so I know her well. She came to the pizza party today. She came in, sat down, and looked at everybody at the table and said, "Congratulations, good job, everybody, for making Student of the Month." And I thought that was awesome. So the Student of the Month that we chose in 5th grade is Jalila Abdul Kareem. Jalila is a great role model for her peers. She is sweet, hardworking, kind, and friendly to everyone she meets. Jalila completes her assignments, participates in class discussions, and is always eager to learn. She tries her best 100% of the time and is never afraid to ask for help when needed. Each day Jalila arrives at school, she exudes positivity and is ready to learn as soon as the first bell sounds. Great job, Jalila. Continue to do great work. Congratulations. Our 4th grade student is also here. It's Austin Charles. Come on down. Congratulations. So Mrs. Rodeo and Mrs. Barnhart chose Austin as the December 4th grade Student of the Month because he works hard and deserves this honor. He is an excellent student and is intelligent beyond his years. Austin is always the first to raise his hand no matter what the subject area. He enjoys sharing and loves to participate. He is a capital excellent role model, kind, considerate, and inclusive of others in the classroom and on the soccer field at recess. Congratulations, Austin. We are so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Congratulations. All right. Let's go over there.
Another nice round of applause for all of our student leaders. And thank you. Don't feel that, we love having people at Board of Education meetings, but don't feel that you need to sit here to be polite. If you need to go and get some homework done, which is what all those Jordan Road students were doing, by the way, you're more than welcome to do that.
Mr. Kubik, before everyone leaves, I just want to congratulate everybody again and thank all the teachers and staff for all their lovely recommendations and to congratulate our Teachers of the Year. No, he read them out.
Thank you, President Endicott. Board members, you'll notice in your packets a resolution signed by the Commissioner and Assistant Commissioner honoring you for School Board Recognition Month in New Jersey. I also have with me, that I passed around the paper, a resolution crafted for the Summers Point Board of Education that reads, whereas the New Jersey School Boards Association has declared January 24 to be School Board Recognition Month at a time when all residents can acknowledge the contributions made by our local board, whereas the Summers Point Board of Education is one of 581 local school boards in New Jersey which sets policies and oversees operations for public school districts, and whereas the Summers Point Board of Education embraces the goal of high-quality education for all New Jersey school students, and whereas New Jersey local school boards help determine the educational goals for approximately 1.4 million children in pre-kindergarten through grade 12, and New Jersey's 5,000 local school board members who receive no pay for their services act as advocates for public school students as they work with administrators, teachers, and parents for the betterment of public education, and whereas school boards strive to provide the resources necessary to meet the needs of all students, including those with special needs, and where boards of education provide accountability to the public, they They communicate the needs of the school district to the public, and they convey to school administrators the public's expectations for the schools. And whereas New Jersey takes pride in its schools, which rank among the nation's best in key achievement indicators, such as NAEP data and the preparation of college through advanced placement offerings and SAT assessments, now therefore be it resolved that the Summers Point Board of Education does hereby recognize the services of local school board members throughout New Jersey as we join communities statewide in observing January 24 as School Board Recognition Month, and be it further resolved that the Summers Point Board of Education urges all New Jersey citizens to work with their local boards of education and public school staffs toward the advancement of our children's education. I commend and congratulate you for your service. As a School Board of Education member myself, I know what it is, I know the hours it is, and I know the no pay it is. And I thank you very sincerely for what you do for the students of the Summers Point School District and as a member of the New Jersey School Boards Association. I respectfully request that before the second public hearing in tonight's meeting, you approve this resolution. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kovic. Audit?
I believe we have a representative from Ford Scott in our midst for the audit presentation. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Roman from Ford Scott. I'm the audit manager on the engagement. I have a handout to give out tonight so that you can follow along with my presentation. First, we're going to go over the schedule of findings and question costs. We do have 3 findings this year. The first one is on the 3rd page of the top handout. In accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, the district is required to maintain a detailed listing of all employee compensated time earned but not yet paid, extended to cost. The condition of this is that the district did not maintain the required listing, and in previous years, this liability was approximately $357,000. The effect of this is the district was required to estimate the amount of the inclusion in the June 30th financial statements and failed to do this. So we recommend that the district maintain a complete listing of employee compensated absences detailed by employee at year end going forward. Does anybody have any questions about this finding? The next one is on the next page. The second finding is through the withholding of state aid, the state of New Jersey makes tuition payments for the district directly to the county special services school district. These on-behalf payments are reported to the district on a monthly basis, and the district is required to make general ledger entries to record the receipt of revenue and corresponding expenses against the tuition line in the general fund budget. The on-behalf tuition payments were not recorded in fiscal year '23. Approximately $221,000 worth of expenses were not recorded. And the effect of this was the general fund tuition to county special services schools budget line was overexpended. We recommend that all on-behalf payments be properly recorded in the general ledger. We also recommend that no expenditure be incurred unless there's sufficient budget appropriation. Does anybody have any questions regarding this finding? Lastly, the third finding, NJSA 18A 6690 requires that each local Board of Education reimburse the state for employer portion of pensions, group life insurance, FICA, and other benefits of the teacher's pension and annuity fund for TPAF members carrying out and paid from federally funded programs. The reimbursement, together with supporting documentation prescribed by the Director of Pensions, must be remitted to the Department of Education within 90 days of close of the fiscal year. The district did not complete this form as required, which is approximately $260,000 from last year as an estimate. That's what the expense would have been. We recommend the district should adopt internal control procedures designed to ensure that reimbursement of TPF FICA paid by the state on behalf of TPF employees charged to federal grants is properly calculated and reported to the state timely. Any questions regarding this finding? No? Those are the 3 findings that require a corrective action plan be adopted tonight. The next paper in my handout is the last page of the management report that we provided to you. And we do have 2 suggestions to management that are not findings. They're just suggestions going forward that we're recommending to most of our districts this year. The first one is the district should review all of its American Rescue Plan ESSER funds to determine that the available funds will be properly executed prior to the end of the period of availability in order to ensure that the district retains all the amounts awarded. The last round of ESSER funds is going to be stopping September 30th of 2024. So you need to review all your grants and make sure that you are expending what you were awarded, because if not, you will not be allowed to. The second suggestion is the district has accumulated excess cash net resources in the food service fund due to the influx of additional federal and state funding related to the COVID-19 pandemic. The state of New Jersey Department of Agriculture has issued a letter dated October 4th, 23 to all school districts indicating these excess funds may be retained by the district and that the district must develop a plan that how these excess funds will be expended in order to support the program during the upcoming school year. We suggest that the district develop a plan to utilize the excess funds on allowable expenses that support the federal child nutrition program. You are over by about $88,000 in your food service fund in excess cash. So you need to come up with a plan on how you're going to spend the monies down. The Department of Agriculture will be asking. Does anybody have any questions regarding the findings or recommendations that we have this year? I think Mary has said that most have been started to be implemented with corrective action plan. So going forward, we should be okay. The next packet is the C1. The C1 is a comparison budget to actual for revenues and expenses. On the last page of it, you can see how you ended the year. Fund balance was $5,703,902 at June 30th. This was an increase of $1.3 million. This increase mostly was due to the fact that you were awarded stabilization aid in 2023 of $728,000, and you had a savings on your budget to actual in health insurance line of $408,000. So that is the majority of the increase. That 5.7 is made up of the below numbers, and I've highlighted a couple numbers for you. The ones in orange, you've already used those in your 23-24 budget, so they're no longer available. The one in yellow is the one that you were, yes?
On the back of the last page.
That's okay. The yellow highlight is what you're required to use in your 24-25 budget. So we'll go over each one of them. The top one, $498,669, plus the below number in orange, $668,159. The total of those two, $1,168,828, is what you used in fund balance in your 23-24 budget. The $967,000 in yellow, that's what you're required to use in this year's budget, the 24-25 budget. The next number is your unemployment fund, $99,312. You're required to reserve this money to pay unemployment claims going forward. In the committed section, there's the maintenance reserve. The maintenance reserve is made up of two pieces, the $827,000 and the $124,000. The total of those is $951,000. But you have used that 124 already. So the remaining balance in your maintenance reserve is the $827,000 that you have going forward. Next is your capital reserve. Your capital reserve is also made up of two components, the $3,730 and the $645,000 below in orange. The $645,000 you have already used in your budget for the 23-24 school year. So your remaining balance in your capital reserve is the $3,730. Those funds need to be used on anything in your long-range facilities plan, any projects that are included in those. And then below that, let's see, the year-end encumbrances, $590,000. That's just your open purchase orders at year-end that you're waiting to be paid. And your unassigned fund balance, $1,279,475.88. That is your 2% number. It did go back down to 2% this year. It has been at 4% for the past 2 years, but the state made it down to 2% again. Anybody have any questions regarding the numbers or in general for the audit?
Ms. Roman? Yes. My name is Christopher Kobick. I'm the new interim superintendent. I appreciate your work and your diligence in taking a look and the feedback you've been willing to provide to the Board of Education today. In addition to that, I have put in a couple of calls to your office without leaving voicemails. I know how busy you are.
Yes.
Is there a better time of day to call you?
I'm not usually in the office. I can give you my cell if you'd like.
I'll see you.
I'll shoot you an email actually with my cell phone number because I'm not in the office very much.
Thank you so much.
No
And
problem, Chris.
I appreciate the work and the work of Fort Scott.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else have any questions about the audit or? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
We also have a need to present our corrective action plan for the audit. It is on your agenda tonight, and I'm going to ask our business administrator to do that.
It's under finance. So the first report, which was the compensated absence report, which
7T.
was due at the end of the year, 6/30. That is usually between the payroll and the personnel department. They run that report, and it was not done. So I have it on the calendar and communicate it with the business office that will be done. The TPAF FICA reimbursement, that is currently being done, and that is not something that they tell you. It's through the grants that you have to do that report, and it's a spreadsheet, and that is almost done and will be submitted. And the tuition expense will be recorded properly going forward.
Anyone have any questions?
That ends my
I'm
presentations.
sorry.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Can I just say
good.
something? Mary, thank you for taking the opportunity to try to do a corrective action. We appreciate everything that you're doing to try to straighten this out. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Madam President, that ends the presentations. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, I'm going to open to the public for public participation. Our guidelines are that we allow individual members of the public the opportunity to address the board and administration and comment on issues of public concern. If you have a question pertaining to litigation, student or personnel items, please see the superintendent after the meeting, as the board does not discuss these matters in public. Please be advised that the board does not endorse or intend to endorse any statements made during public comment periods. The person submitting each statement is responsible for any statements made which may be found to be slanderous, defamatory, and violation of the law. If you'd like to make a comment, come on up to the microphone, provide your name, your address, any affiliation you may have. All comments must be directed to me, the board president, and made in a respectful manner. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. At the end of 3 minutes, you'll be notified your time is up. Not allowed to give your minutes to anyone else. We will now open to public comment, and the limit for public comment is 30 minutes. Would anyone like to address the board? Okay, hearing none. Public comment is closed at this time. Moving on to finance and operations. Again, we have no finance committee report as committees were not held due to January reorganization. I have a motion to approve items 7B through T, please. Thank you.
Jen Samuelson.
Thank you.
Second, Dalton.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, hearing none. May I have a roll call, please?
Dr. Dalton?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mrs. Tomasello?
Yes.
Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Endicott?
Yes, thank you. Motion approved. Moving on to curriculum. Again, we have no committee report or instruction. I have a motion to approve items 8B through G, please.
Motion Samuelson.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Tomasello?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Dr. Dalton?
Yes.
Mrs. Samuelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Endicott?
Yes, thank you. Motion approved. Moving on to personnel. Again, for item A, we have no committee report. Committees did not meet. I have a motion to approve items 9B through I, please.
Motion Myers.
Second, Samuelson.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Dr. Dalton?
Yes.
Mrs. Tomasello?
Yes.
Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Moore? Mrs. Samuelson?
Yes.
And Mrs. Endicott?
Yes, thank you. Motion approved. Mrs. Conroy, due to item 9I, we do have a board member seat that is now open. So if you could put out an advertisement for a letter of interest to be submitted by a member of the community that would like to volunteer to be on our board. If you can put that, when do you think the advertisement?
It has to be in usually by Friday, or the next one will be Tuesday.
So- So it would go out by Tuesday?
It can go out Tuesday, yes, we can advertise.
No, I mean, will it be in the paper by Tuesday, or will it take longer?
Depends if it goes out tomorrow or
Do you think will you be able to get it out tomorrow? Okay, well, no, I'm asking because I just want to give you I want to give you a deadline to put on the ad, but if it's going to take a while to get it in, then we need to make the deadline longer. So that's the only reason why I'm asking. So,
But could it get in the paper at some point next week if you put it in Monday or Tuesday?
yes, I think if it goes in by, I think if they do it Tuesday, it'll be in there by Friday.
Okay, that's
okay,
fine.
so yeah, I was initially thinking of like a February 2nd deadline, which would be 2 weeks from tonight, but maybe we should make it a February 9th, and if it's going to take longer to get it, if it's going to take longer to get the ad in this way, it gives the public at least 2 weeks to submit their intent.
Is it also possible to put it on our website and Facebook?
Yeah.
Can we do
It'll
that?
be, we don't
Okay.
post on Facebook, but
Okay.
it'll be posted on our website, the normal places that we post our advertisements.
And then would we be able to interview during our February meeting? Is that the intention?
Well, we'll
See what we get.
see, yeah, we'll see what we get in terms of applicants, and then we'll go from there. Okay, moving on to HIB. Can I have a motion to approve items 10A and B, please?
Motion, Samuelson?
Second Dalton?
Any questions? Have a roll call, please.
Mr. Conover?
Yes.
Mrs. Tomasello?
Yes.
Dr. Dalton? Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Samuelson?
Yes.
And Mrs. Endicott?
Yes, thank you. Motion approved. We have no policies to approve tonight. Please be advised, we have a number of policies that entered into first reading in November. So they will be on the next agenda for second reading. Just so you have some time to go over them between now and next month. Mr. Kubik, would you mind having them resent out so that everybody can get them?
We'll take care of that.
Thank you so much. Okay, this time I'd like to open to the public again. Would any member of the public like to address the board? Okay, hearing none at this time. Public comment is closed. Let me refresh it. Oh, my. I'm sorry. I thought I saw it in the agenda. I could
No,
swear I saw it in
President
there.
Endicott, I wouldn't have added it without the board's permission.
No, it's fine.
So I would just suggest that
No, we can just make it an
that
addition
13,
at the days.
14, and the remainder numbers of the agenda be amended as such where they're added by an amount of 1, and we make number 13 a motion to approve the Summers Point resolution to celebrate January as National School Boards Month.
Motion.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
Motion approved.
Thank you.
Okay, board members, just want to direct you to the board calendar. We have committee meetings that will start the first week in February. New Jersey School Boards also is having their first meeting of the month on Tuesday, February 6th, but it is a virtual meeting. So if anyone's interested, you can sign in and attend that meeting virtually. Board forum. Any members of the board wish to speak?
Yes, I'm in a good mood today, so I will speak. I want to thank the teachers that came out to say something really substantial and nice about their students. It was really nice to see the teachers here, and we appreciate it. We like to see what you have to say, so thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you. Can I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Have a wonderful evening.